Hey, week 1 of the NFL. Boy, what a week it was. We're going to talk about it. Week 2 of NCAA football. Plus, the Yankees are cheaters? You don't say.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
Oh, what's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, September 13th, 2021, and this is episode number 330 of Barry on Deck. As always, Barry on Deck brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, please do not get bullied by the insurance companies. Call the AP Law Group, 713-913-GO-AP, or log on to aplawgroup.com. Hey, welcome to the program. Thank you guys for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with my dumb ass. We're here. I'm doing a little different today. I zoomed out a little. I kind of like this look. It's a little different. We're usually on the tight shot right here. I don't know what you guys like better. I thought we'd do something a little different. So I kind of zoomed out. I'm not going full on ass see the door cat cam thing, but I'm gonna stop it like right there. So I kind of like this look. I hope you do too. Hey, I hope you had a fantastic weekend. If you're watching from Houston, Texas, or the Gulf Coast here in Texas and parts of Louisiana, stay dry, stay safe, go home early if you can. We're expecting a lot of flooding. Tropical storm Nicholas is in the area causing havoc. And I've got your weather update courtesy of Steven, the weather guy. Low Uzi's going to drop it for you at the break. So stick around for that so you'll know what to expect this week in weather. Other than that, we got to talk about NFL week 1. We got to talk about NCAA football week 2. We got to talk about some baseball and the Yankees cheating. We got to talk about this chick that wants to marry herself. And don't forget, because I didn't forget, because I didn't do it Thursday, because I was exhausted. I owe you a third hour, so we're going to do it today. It's a 3-hour Monday. What? That's right. If you're a subscriber to the Patreon, you get to hang out for the extra third hour. If you're not, you have time to subscribe. Here's how it works. If you haven't, let me pull up the main here. The overlays, Patreon right there. Go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. You can sign up. You can get this extra hour of the show that I do every week. It's not the most consistent, I admit it. Sometimes we move it a little bit here and there, but I try to get it in for you every single week. And it's only for those of you that are members of the Patreon. The rest of the folks that are not, do not get the link to it. It's by link only. So I post the link on the Patreon website and on our Discord, and that's the only way you can find it and then come watch hour number 3 of the show. But other than that, let's get to it, because man, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. Hold on, let me fix my screen here a little bit. I need to move stuff over. My stuff. What was that about? Why did that happen? I don't like the way this looks. Hold on. I got to shrink down my audio things here. Okay. I'm better now. All right. I got to get it fixed sometimes. It's weird the way it works. But hey, we got to start off with the greatest decade in the history of the world like we always do, and that is... Come on, Eric Resendez. Eric, my dog, thank you for being here early. Thank you for hanging out with us early. Thank you for the super chat early. Thank you for the Triple Crown winning Eric Resendez getting here. First like, first super chat, first in the chat. He's killing the game. The rest of you got to get on his level. Eric, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you supporting the show, showing up early, as did some others. Francisco was here early. Wallace, Chris Reyes, Keith, Donna, and Shelby. You see them all on the screen. Luis Zalea also early. Thank you guys all for getting it. And the rest of the chat shapes up like this. I see Donna, I mentioned earlier. Jen, how are you, sweetie? Thank you for being here and your little note. I appreciate that. We're going to get to that in a second. CC, what's up, girl? She said I did not make it to Total Wine for my hurricane prep. I thought of you last night, CC. Is it C? No, it's Jen. Jen. I thought of you, Jen. I had Tito's last night. I'm not a vodka drinker. I drink whiskey. I drink Crown Royal Black, thanks to shout out to the deckheads, or decades, or I'll drink Jameson, or I'll drink Jameson. They don't get that though. They're not a sponsor of the show. They don't get product placement like the coffee cup. Maybe we'll get that out of the way there. That's okay. Fuck it. I gotta have the mic here. But I tried something last night. We have this Sprite laying around that I had bought when I had to do the colonoscopy. By the way, I've got an update on that. I got my results. I'm sure you guys give a shit. And so, but we had Fanta. Nora just randomly bought some orange Fanta. So last night I tried a concoction of half Sprite, half orange Fanta, and then a couple of shots of vodka. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I kind of liked it. I was like, okay, this is a little something different. So, if you're looking to do something a little different, try that. See if you like it. It wasn't bad, I must admit. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Who else is it? Joe Pro is here. Brandon Martinez is here. D. Mata showed up early. PK, thank you for being here. Terrence J. and Jared Taylor. Fidel Lamone. Charles, what's up, dude? Virginia Buttonweed. Francisco, all the way from the hill country. I mentioned Shelby earlier. Richard Vales is here. Alex Villanueva on time, ready to go. Mr. 1% Chris Reyes is here. Crystal, what's up, girl? How are you? Walt, my peoples, how's it going? Who else? Ray, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Total Dallas is here. Thought he was going to be able to rub it into the Houston Texans fans, but he cannot. Tony Garza, what's up, Mr. Handsome? How are you? Mr. Mina is here. Who else? I think I got everybody. I think that just about covers it there. Let's see. Charles Garza, I think I got. KB Holmes, what's up, dude? He said late. Someone partied too hard. No. Just had a doctor's appointment this morning, and that throws my entire. I'm already 5 minutes late to every show. Now throw in a doctor's appointment in the morning, and it's total chaos. What's up, Keith Sager? Good to see you, buddy. TDP in the building. Hello, TDP. Alan Denson, how are you, my friend? Who else? I think I got everybody. Jimmy John, what's up, dude? He said got my generator ready to rock. Yeah, that's gonna suck. We'll see what happens. I hope the lights stay on for this show. But it was raining earlier, so we'll see. What's up, Philip Barnard and Justin Swinford? Good to see you guys. You should be a happy Dolphins fan. We're gonna do a lot of Week 1 in review right now. Let's get to your sports headlines, and then we'll get to NFL Week 1 previews because we got a lot to talk about. Here are your sports headlines for the day. The Washington football team's Ryan Fitzpatrick left the game early, sent to the IR because of a hip injury, I think it was. Anyways, his backup, Heineke, is going to start in his stead for the Washington football team. The Jets left tackle, Micah Becton, is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks to repair a knee injury. Some cartilage damage in there. He's going to have to get scoped. The Lions cornerback Jeff Okudah out for the season with a ruptured Achilles. This is never good. The Texas Longhorns are going to turn to Casey Thompson as their new starting quarterback. The Longhorns are in bad shape. The Longhorns, the newest members of the SEC. Welcome to the SEC, Longhorn. Caught an all-natural ass whooping from Arkansas. Woo, boy. Longhorns lost 40-21. I mean, that it was an ass whooping. So welcome to the SEC. So they make a move. Thompson's going to replace the Hudson Card, I think is the kid's name. So that sucks. Max Scherzer got his 3,000th strikeout versus the Padres, putting him in an elite company. I think there's 19 or 20 pitchers in baseball history that have 3,000 or more strikeouts. So Mina said, "Don't get me started on my Longhorns." Yeah, don't. Longhorns ate it bad. Wasn't pretty at all. But that's not what we're going to talk about first. We're going to get to some NCAA football. I've got the polls. We've got 3 hours to discuss all of this. But we got to start with a team I've been rolling with since day one. A team that I have rocked with through thick and thin. A team that I never doubted for a second. A team that I love. And I'm proud to say I'm a fan of. A team that I think silenced a lot of doubters, which I wasn't among at all. This is a team that I think is going to, do the rest of us proud. Of course, I'm talking about your Houston Texans, my Houston Texans. You're just going to have to forgive me if I say we a lot during this segment because, I feel like I'm a part of this squad. I've been rocking with them, since the get-go. And I love the Texans. I've always loved the Texans. I've never not loved the Texans. I've never doubted this team. This team, I felt like, was making all the right moves all the time. And, yeah. What do you say? Go Texans. Anything less than a Super Bowl at this point, I feel like, is a bit of a disappointment. When you see what this team did, they went out and dismantled a team loaded with talent in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, the Jags had the number 1 pick in the draft, for God's sake, on the other side of the ball. They had Urban Meyer on the other side of the ball. I mean, come on. And this wasn't even this close. This was really 37-14. They got a garbage touchdown at the end. They got some junk at the end. This wasn't that close, people. This wasn't that close. This team, I'm telling you right now, 1-0 AFC South champions is what it is. Yeah, 1-0 AFC South champs. That's what they are. And if you doubt that, well then, eat my dust, haters, because we're going to win the AFC South. Yeah, we are. You're damn right we are. We had a good win yesterday. We did. Texans 1-0 now. Jacksonville starting their season 0-1. And then I'm not even going to remind you about the fact that Jacksonville started their season 1-0 last year and lost 15 in a row to get the number 1 pick. I'm not even going to remind you of the fact that, go Texans, Bulls on parade. I'm not even going to remind you of the fact that the Texans probably were a lock in many cases, in many eyes, going into the season to have the number 1 pick, and that they may or may not screw that up by winning a few games here and there. Because you know why? If you had your choice between the number 1 pick or a wild card, okay. Get that shit off my head. Let's talk about this for a second. So, let's be real. Yesterday was Yesterday was yesterday yesterday was like getting a hand job from your cousin. I mean, you're getting a hand job, but it's your cousin. So here's the problem with the victory yesterday. I'm excited for these guys. Good for them. They proved all the doubters wrong, right? I mean, this is the narrative today in the city of Houston on Sports Talk Radio, which I listened to and from my way to the doctor. It was nauseating. I listened to 610. I listened to 790. I listened to 97.5. pretty sickening. I don't think people, I mean, look, was this good for the guys on the team to get this victory? Yes. Was it fool's gold? Absolutely. Did I tell you this would be one of the 2 wins that they would get all season? Of course. I also warned you that if the Texans won this game yesterday, that you would see an entire city lose their absolute shit over beating the worst team in football. So the 3rd worst team in football beat the worst team in football. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I love the way Tyrod Taylor played yesterday. Love the way he played. The defense really stepped up in a lot of ways. I was impressed with how good the defense was compared to what this defense was last year, especially when you consider this defense is less talented than the defense they had last year on paper. They're less talented. They're not as good. They lost depth at the corner position. They lost depth on the front 7. And yet they outperformed any game that this Texans defense had last year. So if you are a dyed-in-the-wool, die-hard Texas fan, you've got to be excited. And I'm happy for you. Congratulations on beating the shittiest team in football. 37-14. Run game looked great. Although the problem was nobody averaged more than 3 yards a carry except Tyrod Taylor. Okay. But, I mean, look, by the numbers, you put up 440 total yards against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I wouldn't go around thumping my chest about it. What'd they do last year? Let's just do a little quick little exercise here. What did the Texans do last year against the Jaguars in their first game? We'll just pick the first game of last season and see what this team did. Now, mind you, this is with Deshaun Watson as well, so we've got to, keep that in mind. So last season they started off, lost to Kansas City, lost to Baltimore, lost to Pittsburgh, lost to Minnesota. Win at Jacksonville, baby. They beat Jacksonville twice, and then they beat the Patriots and the Tigers, who were also terrible. So that first game, team stats. Let me pull this down here. I hate this thing. I really do. Why can't I just... There's never an easy way to share my screen. Ever, never. But that's okay. We fight through it because this thing is super fast, right? That's why we have it. Okay, here we go. Chrome 1. And zoom out! So this was last week, 30-14. Sound familiar? At home, beat the Jags 30-14. This week, beat the Jags 37 essentially to 14, 37-21. Okay? Team stats. If you can't tell, that's 22-24 first downs. 20-22 first downs. Okay. Total yards, 364-486. 395-449. Passing yards, 289-357. Well, that got flipped. 319-289. Rushing yards, 75-129. 76-160. Okay. Turnovers, 2-2. Sweet. Sacks, they had 4 sacks. No, they were sacked 4 times. Texans had 1. Time of possession, no one gives a shit about, but it was 31-28. Jags. What I'm telling you is it was about the same. I am happy that Texans fans who had very little to cheer about had something to get excited about. I found myself getting excited watching yesterday's game. Watching Tyrod Taylor move out of the pocket and make some throws downfield. You really thought, oh man. And I heard people lightly trying to compare him to Deshaun Watson. It's just not. Just wasn't. And it's a silly comparison. I'm happy. I don't know how to explain this to you other than the fact that I know Texans fans need everything positive they can get right now. I get it. But I just this is fool's gold. Right? Like I put a poll out on Twitter. Who's going to be the most insufferable or the most delusional after their week 1 win? Eagles fan, Saints fan, or Texans fan? And I think the odds on obvious was Texans fan because they beat a really bad football team with a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback. You know, Tyrod Taylor's not a rookie. David Culley is a rookie head coach. So we'll give him that. There's also just not a ton of talent on that Jacksonville team. Fact of the matter is there's some names on this Texans team, but they're old. They're I'm not saying they're has-beens, but Rex Burkhead and Danny Amendola and I mean, look, Mark Ingram looked decent. Mark Ingram played pretty well. I'm going to pull up I want to get the individual box scores here. Did I close it? I think I might have closed it. I did not. Here you go. Here's your individual box scores from yesterday. Let's see what this looks like. Zoom out. Mark Ingram carried for 85 yards, 26 carries, 85 yards. You had Phillip Lindsay going for 25. But again, 3 yards a carry on average from your backs. That's not great. You want to be 4+ if you're feeling good about yourself. And you got to exclude Tyrod Taylor's 40 yards on the ground. That doesn't count as part of the actual run game from running backs. But listen, Tyrod Taylor played a very good football game. Very efficient football game. 21 of 33, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, at a passer rating or a QBR of 76, a quarterback rating or passer rating of 112. That's a really good football game. Defense played well, but this is also a rookie. But I like what I'm seeing from Lovie Smith. I think it's he's going to get the most out of the talent that he has. I don't think he has a ton of talent on that side of the ball yet, but he's going to get the most out of it. He tricked a rookie quarterback into making some foolish throws. And it's not, I mean, Trevor Lawrence was just staring down his receivers half the game. He wasn't really going through read progressions, and I think Lovie Smith knew that as well. So you could show him a look and bait him into something. It was a lot of it was a culmination of a lot of things that led to this win for the Texans. That was part of it. I mean, the Jags just what do you had? You had Carlos Hyde and James Robinson, and none of those guys are scaring you. I do want to give a lot of credit to that Texans front seven though. They played really well. There was a couple of sacks. One of them was a coverage sack, so you got to give credit to the secondary. The defense, to me, not the fact that this team scored 37 points, but the fact that they gave up 14 save for that garbage touchdown at the end, that was the most encouraging thing. Why am I about to time people out? I don't know why I would time people out, but I mean, everybody's entitled to an opinion. But one of the other things I wanted to say where was it? Pharaoh Brown. There was a lot of talk about him after the game. Brandon Cooks had the best half of his career in the first. This was a good win for the team. Okay? Zoom out. This was a good win for the team. This was and by the team I mean the players. They needed this. They are an underdog in every game they play this year going into this season. Going into this game, they were an underdog at home against the worst team in football from last year. They were an underdog. Vegas thought this team sucked worse than the suckiest team. That's funny. We said if I still listen to 97.5, I'd tune in to hear their take, but I don't. White Man said the energy in the stadium was lackluster. Here's my assessment of yesterday's win for the Texans. It's fool's gold, number one. You beat a bad football team. You're a bad football team that beat a worse football team. Number two, it's counterproductive. Okay? The Texans are flat out in a rebuild. I don't give a shit what you say. And this fool's gold win has everybody hyped in this city. We're already hanging banners. The only reason this win is good, the only benefit to this win was to the players and the coaching staff and the front office on this team. That validation of getting a week one win when you thought we know we're not great, but the Jags are a terrible football team. We've got to be better than them. So the validation of, see, you had us as an underdog in every game. We ain't as bad as you think. We've got some names on this team that just maybe a little, past their prime. And if you watch, there was a video that got released that I couldn't find in time to put on this show. But you saw David Culley addressing the team, and he said, hey, we expected to win. We prepared. Give it up for this coaching staff. You guys were ready to go. You were prepared. I'm proud of you. We got to clean up some stuff. Let's celebrate this for 24 hours and then get back to it. And then you saw, was it Brandon Cooks? I don't know who it was. Yeah, it was Brandon Cooks. He has the football and he says, hey man, we're going to follow you. Wherever you go, you lead us, we'll follow. You're inspired, we love you, coach. And he gives the game ball to David Culley, which was badass. And I must tell you something. This team loves David Culley. You can tell that they love him and he loves them. You know what it reminds me of a little bit, Texans fans? I don't know if you observed this back in the day, but when Mike Vrabel first left the Texans and went to the Titans, oh my God, he had a Titans team that a lot of people had counted out. They weren't going to be that good. He had these guys playing their asses off. Those guys would run through a wall for Mike Vrabel, and that carried them all the way to the playoffs. It made them a better football team because they believed in their coach as much as he believed in them, and they would do anything for that dude. And that's the vibe I got from this Texans team. So that's great. That is great. Yes. Maybe my impressions of David Culley as a guy who's like, I'm just happy to be here. Okay. Hey, everybody like me. That's the impression I got of David Culley. But you know what? There's something to be said for motivating. And that's a job of a head coach. You have a coordinator on defense. You have a coordinator on offense. Your job isn't Bill O'Brien newsflash. Your job isn't to be the X's and O's guy. That's why you have coordinators. And that's the beauty of David Culley right now. He knows he's not the smartest guy in the room. And he's fine with that. He's fine with that. But he motivates, he believes in his guys, and he supports his guys. And he motivates and he believes in and supports his coaching staff. And those guys want to perform for him. And that's important. And he's doing a great job of that. I'm not going to deny that. He's got these. I mean, the barbecue thing, I said it was stupid. But you know what? If that motivated them, if that built team chemistry, cool. He's pushing the right buttons, pulling the right levers. And can we say Tim Kelly called a good game? I think he did. I think Tim Kelly called a great game. I really do. Mixed it up. I mean, I don't know what the run pass ratio was. But I felt like he mixed it up well. I think Lovie Smith had a great plan going into this game against the Jags. So there's the good things. So now when I go on this little tangent for the next 10 minutes, don't at me, hoes, telling me I'm a Texans hater and how I don't have anything good to say about this team. I just gave you a bunch of positives. A bunch of positives. But now let's talk about the negatives. The negative number one, and the elephant in the room, and the most obvious thing is you beat the shittiest team in football. Let's all calm down a little bit. All right? This week against the Browns, we're going to find out what this football team really is. Because that Browns team that lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, that's a good-ass football team. All right? Chiefs had no business winning that game. They're lucky they have the greatest football player on the planet. at quarterback, or they get trounced in that game. The Chiefs defense is sus. O-line's going to take some time to gel, I'm guessing. They've had issues. Browns are stout. Browns will get after you on offense. Good luck. You got to win shootouts, I guess, because the defense isn't as good as I thought. But that defense, I think, is going to improve over the course of the next 16 games. So look out for the Browns. They're legit. So we're going to find out what the Texans do against a legitimate football team. CC said I managed to see Lovey's new beard. Yeah, it was hot AF. That was sexy. Lovey Smith, I'd hit. Come on. I'd hit. Yes. Like, Lovey, you going to buy me a steak dinner? So let's talk about the rest of the bad things. You beat a bad football team. Fool's gold. Couldn't really run the ball against the Jags. I mean, three yards of carry from your running backs isn't great. O-line, Tyrod Taylor made a bunch of really good reads and throws on the run. And if I'm looking at these stats here, zoom out, bitch. If I'm looking at the stats, I don't know if they have hurries on here. Let's go to team stats. I'd be interested to see how many hurries or pressures there were. Yeah, they don't show it. Maybe they have it under, there we go. Pass deflected, quarterback hits. They hit Tyrod Taylor 6 times. Texans had 4. They hit Trevor Lawrence 4 times. Each team had a sack. But Tyrod, the offensive line, I felt like still has some improving to do. Tyrod Taylor was on the move a lot. We've seen this movie 100 times with the Texans team. But he made some really good throws on the run. He avoided some pressure. He didn't bail early in the pocket either. So again, impressive by Tyrod Taylor, but the offensive line has some issues. Front 7 of the defense I was impressed with. We're going to see what they do against a good football team, but so far so good. Secondary at times looked good, but I think that was a product of Trevor Lawrence making them look better than they are. Brandon Cooks looked good. Farrell Brown looked good. Running game, not so much. This is a football team that maybe we've underestimated by a couple of wins, but I still don't think at the end of the day, this is a football team that's going to make the playoffs, that this is a football team that wins more than 4 games. I said 2. I'm going to stick with it because this was one of the 2 games I said they'd win. I said they'd win this game and they would beat the Jets. Now, they might beat the Panthers. I don't know. I'll probably be off by a couple games. But here's the infuriating part about that, Texans fan. You don't want them winning games this year. I know you guys are going to argue with me in the chat. No, you gotta win. You gotta go out and you gotta win football games. That's what it's all about. No, it ain't, dumbass. It's not. It's not about, I'd rather go 6-11 and pick 10th than 2-15 and pick first. No, you wouldn't, idiot. You want them to absolutely shit the bed this year. You want this team to absolutely suck. That's how you're going to rebuild this franchise and this organization. Assuming Nick Caserio makes the right moves, and you can't knock what he's done so far. Pretty decent job of putting together a respectable squad for week 1. We'll see how it holds up against the rest of the NFL. But if you're one of these Texans fans that are like, hey, 6-10, we showed all the doubters. No, you shot yourself in the foot, dumbass. Right now, the Texans are not picking first in the NFL. And this should be the last week we say that. It absolutely should be the last week we say that. Because David Mills isn't your answer at quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, though serviceable, is not your answer at quarterback. He's not a franchise Super Bowl caliber quarterback. And he's had a ton of bad luck, I get it. But this isn't just about, I mean, look, if you could get the next J.J. Watt, which I think that kid from Oregon, even though he got hurt, there's a tackle at Ohio State. I mean, so it's not, even if, because Joe Pro's talking about this next quarterback class isn't all that great. Okay, fine. I promise you there's going to be a franchise level quarterback in this draft. I promise you that. But this team has so much lack of talent, top tier talent. Like legitimately outside of Laramie Tunsil, who's the most talented player on this team? Are we going to say Brandon Cooks? Are you going to tell me it's Justin Reed? Merciless? Cunningham? This is what we're talking about here. And that's from when you had at your peak, you had a J.J. Watt, a Deshaun Watson, and a D-Hop. All guys who at their peak were top 10 guys. You had 3 of the maybe 10 best players at their positions. Easily. You couldn't say that about anybody now, save for maybe Laramie Tunsil. So the fact of the matter is, you need to be picking first in every round of the NFL draft next year. That's my concern. They're going to mess around. You see, I didn't say the F word. They're going to mess around and win 6 games and pick 10th to 12th. Unbelievable. I see some of the chat. I saw BZH say he's still taking the under on the 4 wins. Yeah, I'm sticking to my 2. Even though I predicted on our Sports Riot thing that we had, I picked the Jags to win. But it dawned on me. I was like, well, dummy. I mean, you said this would be one of the 2 games they win all year because they would be playing a rookie quarterback, rookie coach, this, that. And I still didn't believe in this team. So got that wrong and got it right. We'll see. Okay, I don't really have much else to add. I don't want to belabor the game or the team. If you're a diehard Texans fan and you're excited, you should be excited because your team won. You should also be a little on edge because you really do. I'm sorry to say this, but we went through this with the Houston Astros as a fan base. 300 lost seasons. It was gut-wrenching. It was unwatchable baseball. But this should be a year of unwatchable football while they replenish the talent that they have hemorrhaged over the last 3+ years under Bill O'Brien. You're going to have to fix it. And all of these patchwork, mediocre, on the decline, used to be good Patriots and other folks you're bringing in ain't it. It's a stopgap. Yeah, Fidel, you want to hear the crazy thing? And by the way, I just want to say, so I'm done with Texans talk. We're going to talk Saints next. But I got to say, Kiki's killing it. Right now, going into Monday Night Football from the Sports Riot picks, if the Raiders win, I will have picked the most right in week 1 on Sports Riot. But if the Ravens win, Kiki will win the week. And Kiki picked based off of just random pictures of people. It's amazing. I think we're all at 8 wins right now. Or 9 or something like that. I don't know. I think Kiki and I might be at 9 and Wesling's at 8 and Shock is at 6 or something like that. Now, what was I going to say? Oh, thank you guys for tuning into Sports Riot Live. We were pretty excited about that. If you didn't hear the show that I do with John Wessling and Mike Liebeshock, which by the way airs, you can watch it on twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 7:00. Thursday we sidecast Thursday Night Football, and then on Sundays we lead you up to kickoff from 10 to noon, and we're going to be doing that all football season long. We have a little agent that works with us over there on that show who's embedded with Twitch in a lot of ways, and he gets us some cool things. He got us into the Twitch Sports Accelerator program, and on the Twitch Sports feed and stuff like that. Well, I guess he worked some of his magic. We ended up being picked by Twitch to be a part of their NFL Sunday coverage. So for an hour yesterday during our show, they bumped us up to the front page of Twitch. Well, at least the Twitch Sports page. So it's pretty cool. We had our best show ever statistically, and you guys were there, and a lot of you guys stepped up to be moderators. So from myself and John and Mike, I want to thank all the mods that were there just in case, because there's a lot of bullshit going on Twitch right now. They have stuff called hate raids, where people just raid channels and then spew a bunch of hateful, racist, sexist, homophobic garbage. And fortunately, we didn't have to do that, but we had the mods ready. I had all the technical stuff in the background ready to go, so it was dope. We have our fantasy football expert, Lay Narrows, who told you who to sit, start, and he had a couple stands in there. It's like, I would stand this guy. He's got solid footing. So it was a good time. Good times had by all. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you to House and Katie, and I'm trying to remember all the mods. We had like 7 or 8. House, Katie, Shelby, Donna, Incarnate, Jeremy, and I'm missing one. Damn it. Dandy Dan. That was our 7 moderators that were at the ready in case some bullshit went down, but it didn't. It was a good stream, fun stream. We got raided with like a 50-party raid. It was dope. Lots of fun. And so thank you guys for supporting that show. Hal said during a stream the other day, I got followed by 16 of those bots. Yeah, that was the other thing I was ready for was these follow bots, which are terrible for you to have. I banned them hoes early, so we were prepared. Anyways, let's talk about this other football game that we got going on, or that matters. I try to cover 3 major teams on this show with the slides. We're going to talk a lot more football, but I try to have graphics for Cowboys fans, Texans fans, and Saints fans. So going back to Thursday's game, I had a pretty graphic for that one, for the Cowboys loss to the Bucks, and I just showed you a pretty graphic that I had ready to go for your Texans and Jags game. And here you go. Saints fans, let's go. As a lifelong New Orleans Saints fan, this win feels really good for me. I never doubted this team for a second. I told you guys last week, Jameis Winston is a hell of a quarterback, and that I've never doubted him. When Drew Brees retired, I told you guys, don't worry. You got Jameis Winston. You got Jameis freaking Winston. Drew who? Drew who that think they beat them? James, I told y'all they'd win. I'm going to tell you right now, that is an all-natural, 100% USDA grade A beef ass whooping that the Saints put on the Green Bay Packers. Alex Villanueva said, where's the hat? Yeah, I've never bought a Saints hat in my life, and I don't plan on doing it now. So, what's up, Pink Valkyrie? Good to see you, sweetie. Here's your box score. Look at that ass whooping. 38-3. Saints put it on them. Saints absolutely put it on them. They won in every single category except passing yards. This is very similar in a lot of ways to the Texans Jags game, right? It was 37-14 for all intents and purposes, and 38-3. I mean, you look at the Texans won everything but the passing game. Saints won everything but the passing game. When you're playing from behind, that's going to be the case. But how the hell does an Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packers team put up a total of 229 yards? Well, I'm glad you asked, jerky. Because that Saints defense is absolutely legit. And I said that as much when we were breaking down the games on Sports Right during that Twitch front page hour. I said, listen, who would have thought, based on what we've seen from this team over the last 4, 5, 6 years, that we would be sitting here saying, man, it's not the defense that's the problem for the Saints. You're a little concerned about offensively, what are they going to look like? Well, Alvin Kamara let you know he's still legit. Jameis Winston was, we'll say, efficient. 150 something yards, 5 touchdowns. How do you do that? What are you doing? A lot of fade routes on the one. I don't know. I'm still not sold on Jameis Winston, and that's just me. Maybe Sean Payton and this offense and in the coaching staff, maybe they have a way to eliminate his issues offensively. And look, Jameis, you don't throw for 33 touchdowns and just be, and not be good. The problem is he can be just as bad as he is good. That's that whole 30 for 30 joke thing. And that's, it's not going to lead you to a lot of playoff wins and Super Bowls throwing as many touchdowns as you do interceptions. So maybe Sean Payton is, maybe he's righted the ship with Jameis Winston. Maybe he's figured it out. And I wanted to see how many, he was 14 of 20 for 148 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, didn't get sacked at a rating of 130. On the flip side, Aaron Rodgers, 15 of 28. Zoom out. 133 yards, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, no shits given, no love for his players. Not a good day at the office for Aaron Rodgers. If you're a Packers fan, you got to be feeling like this is it. They even put in Jordan Love at the end. I don't know if he got benched or if it was like, well, this is out of hand. We don't want to get him hurt. I don't know if he was like, I don't want to go back in because this team is ass now and I don't want to play for you. But look at the run game. 15 carries for 43 yards. That's not good. That's very Texans-like. It's very pedestrian. Right? I mean, that's what, 3 yards a carry-ish? Yeah, 2.9, 3 yards a carry. Man, I'm good at math. But that to me speaks a lot to that Saints defense. You got to give credit to that Saints defense. They played their ass off. Jameis Winston averaged 7 yards per pass. That's crazy. So, yeah, and the Saints defense, that's a great point. Next week they're going to get Bradley Roby. So they're going to improve that secondary a little bit. You got to be feeling good if you're the Saints because I told you I don't believe in Jameis Winston, and that's not me shitting on your quarterback, Saints fans, Walt and Amos and who else? Perry, Donna. Who else is a Saints fan? Clarence. I'm not shitting on your quarterback. But we've never seen Jameis Winston be great. We saw Drew Brees be great. But I think if Alvin Kamara can continue to do what he did, 20 carries, 83 yards rushing, averaged 4.2 yards a carry. They controlled the ground game. Winston was efficient. He didn't make a ton of mistakes. And that is legitimately a formula for success in the NFL. Play top level defense. Shut down Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offensively. And then don't let your quarterback do anything stupid while you're able to control the ball and control the game by running the ball with a guy like Alvin Kamara. You're going to win a lot of football games doing that as long as Jameis Winston plays within himself. Now, if he goes 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions yesterday, that Jameis Winston, that's probably a closer game because Aaron Rodgers is going to get 5 more chances to score. I don't know if that translates yesterday, and I don't know, and this is not me being a dick about a win for the Saints, but how much of that was the Saints are great and how much of that was the Packers played absolutely awful. And that's something we don't know. You can tell me it was great defense. I could tell you it was bad offense. I could tell you it was a disgruntled quarterback who checked out on this franchise and never really checked back in, even though they had a deal. I'll also tell you that there's reports being floated out that the Denver Broncos are keeping a close eye on what's going on in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. That tells you a lot. That tells you that everybody in this league knows Aaron's been done with this team. He's gone full on ass James Harden. I'll be out there, but I won't be with you. I'll be out there, but I'm not with you. And that was what James Harden was doing. Lackadaisical passing, selfish offense, got fat. Now, Aaron didn't get fat, but he got a man bun or a new hairdo. I don't know what that is. Not being judgy. But it's like, this dude is like, I don't know. It's weird. But congratulations, Saints fan. I didn't see that coming in a million years. I really didn't. I thought this is a Packers team who has returned, by the way, returned most of their starters from last season and won 13 games and had the MVP of the league. Do we need to hear another relax speech from Aaron Rodgers? Because if you want to talk about a worst to first, this might be a first to worst scenario for the Packers, as bad as they looked yesterday. It was bad. Amos says he's never played for Sean Payton. That will difference, in my opinion. Oh, okay. Damn. BZH out here just shooting shots. He was great sneaking them crag legs out of a Publix. Hating ass BZH. The humidity was a killer for the Packers. You want to make that excuse? That was a smart move for the Saints if that's what did it, but I don't believe that's the case. Listen, how many Packers played in the SEC? Are we really going to think that that's the excuse? How many of these Packers played in the South? Big 12, SEC, ACC, out in the South, up that Eastern Seaboard where it gets hot as shit. You're not going to tell me that humidity caused a football team whose half of its constituents probably played in the South and grew up in the South, or in, some sort of dry, arid, humid place. So, yeah, KD says if they do the same thing against the Bucks, that will be even more interesting. I agree. I definitely agree. Zoom out. But you got to be feeling good. You got to be feeling good, Saints fan. And most importantly, you got to be feeling good about that offense, especially if you trust. Sorry, that was the wrong one. If you trust Sean Payton to be able to put together a respectable to good offense with anybody, and you're going to get defensive play like that, shit. You're happy. Now, let me ask you this, Saints fans. And I want honesty from you, Amos and Clarence. Perry's not here, I don't believe. I want honesty. Do you truly, in your heart, and Donna, do you truly in your heart believe that the Saints are legitimate Super Bowl contenders with Jameis Winston? Do you believe that? I'll wait. Yeah, Amos, I mentioned that on the show when they did it. Amos said that they played in Jacksonville because that was the hardest place for Packers fans to travel. Yeah, I mentioned that, and that really backfired because they still showed up. It was like a home game for the Packers. And they still didn't do shit with it. So, asking, Donna says not based on one win. Amos says not after one game. But that's not the question. Do you believe that this Saints team is a legitimate playoff team and a contender, not just sneaking into a wild card and then losing 30-17 on the road? I'm saying with Jameis Winston, look, let me put it this way. When you guys had Drew Brees as a starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, you always felt like this team could go to the Super Bowl. If we could just get better defensive play, if this happens, if that happens, this is a Super Bowl contender every single year because of Drew Brees. Do you honestly believe that's the case with Jameis Winston? Or are you just happy to be in the mix? Well, if we win 9 games, 8 games, we'll be good. I think if you're honest, a lot of you say no. Donna says no. And Katie has a good point. Wild card teams can get hot at the right time, and your defense can carry you. Amos thinks that they are a contender with Jameis Winston. I think Walt does too. Walt said he was going to be the MVP while he was in Tampa, which I thought was ridiculous. There's no way you're going to be an MVP throwing 30 interceptions, Walt. No way. It's just not possible. I'd be interested to see through his career what his numbers are, see year in and year out. This is the weird thing. Like there's these different levels that teams I think are in the NFL. You're either in rebuild mode, you're in the hunt for the playoffs, which means you're a good football team, and then you get 1 or 2 players, you're going to be a great football team. So you're maybe you're a wild card team this year, but you might win your division next year. You could win the conference the year after that. You're just 1 or 2 pieces away, but you're definitely trending in the right direction, and it's all going to culminate in maybe getting there. Or 3, you're a legitimate Super Bowl contender. So I think you're either, well, let's just go. You're bad, you're in the hunt, or you're really good. And I think you have to make decisions. Everybody should be trying to be that really good. Be a contender. There are several teams that you look at in the NFL right now and you go, all right, who's the contenders? Well, I mean, you start with Kansas City and Tampa Bay. A lot of people believe Buffalo is a contender in the AFC. Maybe Baltimore was before they got hurt. There's just not a lot of contenders. I think some people thought Green Bay might be based off of a 13-win season last year. NFC looks really sus right now. NFC's got a lot of head scratching going on. AFC, you feel like there's a couple of teams that are going to be head and shoulders better than everybody else, and that's Buffalo and Kansas City. But if I'm a fan, I'm trying to at least get out of really bad and into the top tier of that. We got hope. And I think the Saints right now are kind of this limbo team. You don't know what they're going to be, what Jameis Winston is going to show up. For his career, Jameis Winston has 126 touchdowns and 88 interceptions. Zoom out. Here is his career stats. He went 22-15, 28-18, 19-11, 19-14, 33-30, and he's now 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. That is going to get you in conversations about the MVP. This isn't going to get you anywhere near that. Up until this game, Winston has just been a guy that can go out. He's going to make some crazy good plays and then, boy, make a lot of dumb plays. So, if I'm New Orleans, man, I don't know. You can't replace Drew Brees with Jameis Winston and think you still have the same chance and opportunities. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. What else went on? Some other cool things happened. This was pretty interesting to me. Zoom out or go away. Taylor Lewan got his ass whooped by Chandler Jones of the Cardinals. The Titans got their ass whooped by the Cardinals. Cardinals balled out yesterday. Kyler Murray went off yesterday. Chandler Jones and that Cardinals defense went off yesterday. Allowed 13 points total. Derrick Henry had 58 yards rushing on 17 carries. That ain't going to get it. And it was all thanks to that Titans defense. I mean, that Cardinals defense. I'm trying to see here. Where's the box score? There it is. But Taylor Lewan got his ass whooped. And he tweeted this out. This is what he put. He said, got my ass kicked today. No way around that. I let the team and the fans down. Thank you, Chandler Jones, 55, for exposing me. It will only force me to get better. Okay. That's pretty cool. Also, bro, don't put that out there. Don't put that out there. Just internalize that. I mean, I like that he stepped up. He's being a man. He's owning his failures. It was obvious. Chandler Jones had like 5 sacks, something like 6 pressures. I don't remember what it was. 6 tackles, 5 sacks. Something crazy. Here, let's get the box score. Chandler Jones, 6 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 4 tackles for a loss, 5 QB hits. That's a hell of a day at the office. So, I mean, props to him for being like, yeah, I got worked. Good for him. Actually, the Wave said it's a contract year for Chandler Jones. Is that true? That's how it works in the NFL, right? Anytime it's a contract year for a guy, they're going to play. They're going to play better. That's just how contract years work in sports. So Taylor Lewan out here owning his ass whoopings, and I respect it. I don't know if I necessarily want my guys saying it, but I respect it. No two ways about it. You were the better man, Chandler Jones. So says Taylor Lewan. And then there was the Browns getting beat. Jen, I am so sorry for you and your Browns. That was a tough luck loss. Zoom out. That was a tough luck loss. Cleveland's going to give people fits this year. But Patrick Mahomes is on a whole other level. A whole other level. Nick Chubb played well. Big fan of Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt played well. That Kansas City defense has issues stopping the run, obviously. But when a team averages 6 yards a carry as a team, oof. Now you had that one in there that was 17, but you take that away, and still the 2 lead backs for Cleveland averaged 5.5 yards a carry. That ain't going to get it done. Yeah, not to mention Ohio State. Damn, Jen had a rough weekend. We'll get to that too. Ducks playing like they're mighty. Oh, come on! Clarence saying that Baker Mayfield choked. And I'm disagreeing with you wholeheartedly, Clarence. First of all, it wasn't Baker Mayfield's job to punt the ball and instead fumble the snap and gift it to the Kansas City offense inside the 30, the 20-yard line. You can't let KC start a drive inside of your 30 and expect to win a football game. You're literally gifting them 7 points. They're not settling for a field goal. So basically, I get that Patrick Mahomes had 3 touchdowns. I get that, here, zoom out. I get that he had 1 rushing touchdown. I get that, but the fact of the matter is, Byron, oh no, who's their punter? There you go. Tommy Townsend, he also had a touchdown. No, who was it? Jamie Gillen. That's who it was. This guy. Jamie Gillen also had a touchdown for the Chiefs. It was just his fumbled snap that awarded it to him. So take that 7 points off the board. There was also a terrible interception by Baker Mayfield. He said he was trying to throw it away. That was a glaring mistake. But he was hit as he was throwing it away. So you can call it a mistake, but it was also terrible, terrible luck. And I get it. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas, as the old saying goes. You can if, and but this to death. Final score was 33-29, and the Chiefs won because great quarterbacks find a way to win games. And Patrick Mahomes finds a way to win games. Sidearm throws, down the field throws. I mean, the dude was just balling out. It was amazing yesterday watching him play football. But this Chiefs defense is going to be an issue for them. And they're going to have to outscore teams significantly. And we saw that in the Super Bowl, and somebody talked about the blueprint to beating the Chiefs on Sports Riot Live. I think it was Shock that brought it up. And I was like, well, it's still the Chiefs. But you know what? If the Browns didn't brown and shoot themselves in the foot, a team like Tampa Bay playing the Chiefs again, a team like maybe Buffalo, a team that's really got their shit together, could give the Chiefs some problems. I still believe in them. I still believe in Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest football player on the planet, but damn. What's going on with Perry? Oh, yeah. That last pick from Baker, he was trying to throw it away, but got hit on the release. Yep. Exactly. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Boy! I do need to do a shot. In fact, real quick, famo. Y'all get your alcohol out. Zoom out, bitch. Where is it at? I gotta get over here. Zoom out. Everybody get your alcohol ready. By the way, you notice I haven't taken a break yet? Because I don't have to pee. I still owe you a break, though. We're going to get to Uzi's weather report probably at the bottom of the hour. And don't forget, it is a 3-hour Monday. Still have a third hour to go. But right now, what I need you to do is get your shot glasses out. I wanted to do it against the camera, but you wouldn't hear it go tink. Get your shot glasses out. We have a birthday in the building. It's not today. It's not tomorrow. It was yesterday. And I don't even think he's here. And that's okay, because you don't have to be here for me to wish you a lot of love and a happy birthday. But I do want to wish a lot of love and a happy birthday to a very special dude. Guy that we've been rocking with for a while now. I have, you have, we all have. Hey, happy birthday to Jerry Bow. What? Yesterday was Jerry Bow's birthday. Jerry, buddy, I hope you had a fantastic day. I hope you got roadhead or a hand job or whatever it is you're into, homie. Cheers. Happy birthday to you. Bullshit. Oh, God. Whew. Hadn't done one of them in a while. Oh. Whew. All right. I had to go to the doctor today, by the way. Got the results of my colonoscopy, and we're going to get to more football. We can talk more games. If you guys have a game you want to discuss, throw it out in the chat. If I know anything about it, I'll give you my thoughts on it. We're going to get to some Browns trolling here in a minute. Some news on Deshaun Watson, NCAA Top 25, NBA Hall of Fame. NBA has an idea that I think is stupid. Plus, we need to talk about this stupid-ass model who thinks she's so hot she married herself. And we're going to talk Yankees cheating. Yankees and Mets went after it, and Francisco Lindor is my new hero. But I'll tell you real quick about my doctor's visit. I just want to say I was super mad going into this visit. I had to go back for my follow-up. And I was like, here's the thing about doctor visits. If you're just going to bring me in to say and give me my results and go, well, everything look good? Good to go. Just fucking email me. Like, don't bring me in and make me pay copays and all that bullshit when you can just email me and be like, it's cool. So if you're bringing me in, I'm assuming there's something wrong. So they finally got around to fitting me in slot, and I go there, and I mean, he just basically was like, yeah, he was like, your colon was very clean. And I was like, well, I'm definitely bragging about that from now on. Hey, how you doing? Barry Laminack, super clean colon. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so clean. Yeah, apparently, if you rubbed it, that's how clean it is. If you rubbed my colon, you could hear it squeak. Yeah. No, I don't need you to try. But no, apparently, guys, I don't want to brag. Super clean colon. Yeah. So that's why he brought me in. To tell me that my colon was clean. He was like, boy, sure did make life a lot easier. Bro, you're in my ass. Like, what could be, like, what? I mean, I guess some people are going in there with shitty colons, I guess. I don't know how it works. But I was like, I don't need to know. He was like, boy, you sure made it easier to do the job. Well, as I told you guys, I had a couple of polyps. Those turned out to be, he thought they might be cancerous when he extracted them, sent them off to the lab. I don't know who does the polyps. I don't know. And the guy was like, no, not cancerous at all. So I was going to have to go back in 5 years, but now that they've checked out okay, me and my clean ass colon don't have to go back. So we're, yeah. Good to go. We're good to go. So he's going to put me on fiber. Not looking forward to that. But I guess when you're 47, you got to get your fiber, and apparently I don't get enough. So he's going to put me on a Metamucil. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but some sort of fiber bullshit. So we're good. Hey, Josh. Yeah, Josh said, hey, everyone. I hope everyone's staying dry. He said, Josh, is your colon clean? Yeah, Josh, I don't know if you know this. Cleanest colon in Houston. Self-proclaimed. Yeah. Don't want to brag. So that was my doctor visit. I'm good to go. No butt cancer is the takeaway there. And then, yeah. I mentioned my sports right update, so we're good to go. Let's get back to the sports. Let's go. Hey, Jen, I'm sorry about your Browns. I'm sorry about your Browns losing, but I think it got a little worse for the organization because Brian Campbell is a dirty son of a bitch. Also, super hilarious. So this is Brian Campbell's tweet to the Cleveland Browns. Hey, Browns, I know you guys lost, but is there any chance Owen could get a jersey? And the Browns, bless their hearts, are so sweet. They were like, let's do it. Owen who? He said, Owen 1. Let's go Steelers. Come on. If you don't like this, you're dead inside. Also, you probably got a dirty colon. If you don't like this, you're a dirty colon having asshole. Well, I guess that's redundant. Yeah, you're just a dirty colon hole. If you don't like it, it's good. That's quality shit right there. It made them so mad that they blocked him. I think that might be the best part. Is that he's just like, he infuriated an entire organization so much so that they had no choice but to block him. Hey, can we get a jersey for Owen? They're like, let's do it. Owen who? He's like, Owen 1. Go Steelers. What? That's pretty good. Well done, Brian Campbell. You are funny. I was going to give him an award, but I have no idea what to give him. What else do we have here? I had some news and notes from the NFL for you, in case you give a shit. Ian Rappaport said Broncos are keeping an eye on Aaron Rodgers. I mentioned that earlier. Mark G, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Packers fans think that Aaron Rodgers is playing bad on purpose to force a trade. They started tweeting about it. This dude named Jonathan Barrett said, here's a conspiracy theory. The Packers did what Rodgers wanted this offseason and through preseason to make it obvious he shouldn't be listened to on such things. Look bad now, including Rodgers. Rodgers playing bad on purpose to get traded? ? Is Rodgers tanking to force Green Bay to trade him? Aaron Rodgers' default was tanking his value on purpose to get out of here. I don't know what it is. How do you go from MVP to MVP sit your ass down? Look bad. So Packers fans are in on it. They're not sure what's happening. Here's Mark G's super chat. He said, this is for Owen. Yeah. Owen who? Owen 1, bitches. That's good shit, Mark. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the super chat. Wesley out here. Wesley said, we're doing straight meat sports, baby. Hey, it's Monday after week 1. Gotta do a lot of sports. He said, touch the colon. The colon is the O's in sports, right? Yeah. Am I making a shirt? Am I making a t-shirt out of those colon pics? I guess I could. You guys want a shirt with my colonoscopy pictures on it? I'll make one. I might make me a shirt that says cleanest colon in Houston. Don't at me, hoes, with your shitty takes. Okay. More headlines or news and notes. Zimmer didn't hold back when discussing Kirk Cousins' first half. Vikings, I'm sorry for your loss. Rev House. Mike Zimmer told Jen Hale that he blames many of the first half offensive problems on Kirk Cousins holding on to the ball too long. That is a head football coach of a football team in the National Football League throwing his starting quarterback under the bus and then backing the bus up and then going over him again, circling the block, rolling over him again. Mike Zimmer don't give a shit. He's already sick of Kirk Cousins. Got to be bad sign, bad look for Vikings fans. And this is something to hang your hat on, Cowboys fans. Even though you lost, you're still popular. Yeah. TV ratings are in for the first game of the year. The Bucks Cowboys game was one of the most viewed game. So here's what it says. NBC Sports says 26.4 million people watched the Super Bowl champ Tampa Bay Bucks beat the Cowboys. A 22% jump over last year's kickoff and the best opener since 27.4 people watched it in 2015. Yeah, that's good. Yay, popular. I think you're going to be fine, CC. I believe in the Cowboys, especially now that Fitzmagic is out of for a few weeks in Washington. Now's your chance to take advantage of. Now, the Eagles do believe in Jalen Hurts, apparently. So let's ask my topic of the day on the slide deck. I'm curious what you think, chat. I'm going to pull up my Twitter poll. I'm going to pull out my poll. I'm going to show you guys my poll. Who's ready to see Daddy's poll? But the thumbnail for this video asks a very simple question that I asked on Twitter. Which fan base is going to be the most delusional this coming week after their week 1 victory? Will it be Texans fans? Will it be Eagles fans? Or will it be Saints fans? Where'd that go? Let me save this. So it has 3 hours left. So it's not the results are not officially in, but I think it's safe to say we can call it. And here, sorry, I'm doing this on the fly, as I often do, so I have to look away on occasion. Let me put this under sports. Hold on. God damn it, this is so... I really want a producer for this show. Here you go. Here's the result of the poll. Which fan base is going to be the most delusional next week when they talk about their team's victory? Texans, Saints, or Eagles? Wasn't even close, Texans fans. 56% of the vote. 23% said Eagles. This is 135 votes so far with 3 hours left. Some folks on the Twitters. Andrew Clay, our buddy Andrew Clay, former TV sportscaster out in... I forget where in Louisiana, though he moved now. He's working for Penn State. But he said, delusional, maybe not, but Saints will be the most annoying. And then Tyler said the only answer is the Eagles. They've been delusional since before the other two franchises even existed. Jason said you forgot to have an opinion for all, or an option for all of the above. So who you got, chat? Most delusional fan base after their week 1 victory. Texans, Saints, or Eagles? Mark G said, rest in peace to the Bears secondary. Oh, they looked bad. Bad. Dalton, he is who we thought he was. And we let him off the hook. Gotta just go ahead and let Fields play, right? Charles, I owe you a Coke for what? Where to go? Oh, here we go. So Eagles, Texans. Shelby says Texans. Katie says Eagles along with Charles Garza. Cece said, I hope it's the shithole Eagles. Fidel says Eagles. Walt says Saints or Eagles. Brandon Gary says Eagles. Mark G says Saints. And then Amos said the answer is Cowboys even in a loss. No, that wasn't an option, although that would have been funny. I should have consulted with you before we did the poll. But the Twitterverse thinks that Texans fans will be the most delusional, and then Eagles and Saints. I think the reason I would pick the Saints last in this discussion is that legitimately that defense, Alvin Kamara, is Michael Thomas ever coming back, by the way? Is that even going to be a thing? Or are we done with Michael Thomas? Is he never going to play again for the Saints? I haven't seen news. Let me see here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Is he ever going to play again? KB Holmes says Aggies are most delusional. We're going to talk Aggies in just a second. But I wouldn't say Saints just because of Alvin Kamara and the fact that defense was legit. Eagles playing a bad division, so it's possible, especially now with Fitzmagic going out. Week 7 for Thomas. Okay. Eagles playing a bad division. I still think Dallas wins that division. But the Texans, I think the Colts are going to be fine. The Texans aren't good. That's why I see that 56% as being legit. Barry whistles and my dogs go crazy. Did I whistle? Are your dogs listening, Lisa? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Who wants a treat? Anybody want a treat? Who wants a treat? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? You want to go bye-bye? 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 You need to go outside? You need to go outside? Sit! Sit! Lay down. Lay down. He's just like, stop. You go outside? You go bye-bye? You want a treat? Woo! Sorry, Lisa. Her dogs are probably like, what the fuck, man? There's too many commands. I don't know where to go. Are we going bye-bye? Are we going outside? Are we going for a walk? Am I getting a treat? I don't know what's happening. Good boy. Good dog. Good dog. You gonna go outside? You gonna go outside? By the way, are those universal? I gotta tie my shoe. I just untied my shoe. Are those universal, by the way? Go outside, go bye-bye. No, I'm not swear jarring it yet, CC, so shut up! That's universal, right? You guys don't have... Total Dallas said, don't say outside. You don't go outside? Really, Virginia Button? What you have? You say bacon? I feel like those are universal commands for your dog. Go outside. Go bye-bye. You want a treat? Sit. Those are 4 universal dog commands. Do you guys say anything else besides go outside? You're like, do you need to pee? Like, why are you so formal with your dog? If you don't say go outside, you're an asshole. Like, you're too formal. Barry got Total Dallas sitting and waiting to go outside. You leave that man alone. Outside, treat, walk, and potty. Okay, that's close. I mean, outside and potty is the same thing, though, right? Squirrel? We say go for a ride. Really? Okay. You don't go for a ride? I was like, I'm good. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Lisa. Sick balls, Chopper. I'm going to name this dog Lifesaver. Everyone, there's a fire. You don't name that dog Lifesaver. You name that dog Shithead. All right, now I got to pee. It's 3:40. Let's take a quick little break. Let me get your weather report in. Then when we come back, talk a little college football and NBA. I've got Deshaun Watson on the list. We don't need to do that. But let's talk a little college football. I've got your top 25. We'll go over that. I'll tell you why the Aggies suck, but not as bad as the Longhorns. Gig 'em, bitches! And then we'll talk a little NBA. So here's a quick break. Stick around through this break so I can go pee. Maybe you got to pee or poop or, I don't know, maybe you got to go outside. Who's the good boy? Who's the good boy? I'll see you in 5. Don't go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. See you in a second, bitches.
Hey Deckheads, Steven Usick, aka Steven the Weather Guy here with your BIFNet forecast update. We're going to talk about Nicholas most of the time right now. Right now it is just south of the Texas border in the Gulf of Mexico. It's still a tropical storm. Will probably stay a tropical storm, but there is a small chance that it could strengthen to a minimal hurricane before it makes landfall. Right now, as I'm recording this at about 8:15 on Sunday night, it's forecast to make landfall around Matagorda Bay. That puts us on the dirty side of the storm in the Houston area. The main issue with this is going to be rainfall, not really wind. There may be some high gusts towards the coast. You may see gusts around 40, 50 miles an hour, closer to the coast you are. But here in the city, we'll probably be okay. There may be some gusty winds at time, but nothing to get too worried about. As for rain, though, that's a different story. With rainfall, we're looking for about 15 to 20 inches on the coastal tier of counties, say Brazoria, Galveston, Chambers County. You're looking at 15 to 20 inches of rain potentially, which is a lot. Closer, a little further inland, Fort Bend, Harris County, looking at probably 10 to 15 inches of rain is a good likelihood. And that'll flood streets. And so, you need to be careful if you're out and about. Right now, it looks like the timing is going to be probably about Tuesday night into Wednesday morning is when the worst of it looks to come through. Again, that could change. Check back in with me on the Discord. Because like I said, I'm recording this on Sunday night, so by the time this airs, things could be a little bit different. So check back in. As for the rest of the week, we're looking at rain, obviously, the first part of the week. Temperature is going to be in the mid-80s, lows in the mid-70s until about Thursday. Thursday, everything has moved out of here. We start drying out. Temperatures start creeping back up towards 90 degrees Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. That's all I got for now. So stick around after the break or go fuck yourself.
Number 2, Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack, blah, 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 whatever. Transitions, words. Okay. We only got like 15 minutes left in the show. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Good job, Stevie. Lil Uzi Vert with the weather update. Nose itches. I shouldn't have picked up Spencer and kissed him. Oh, open mouth tongue too. Just making out with the cat. So we got about 15 minutes left in the show. By the way, chat. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon, I'm doing a third hour today. Normally do a third hour on Thursdays now. But didn't get to it Thursday, so I'm doing it today. And then I'm going to do it again on Thursday. So you're getting 2 3-hour shows this week because of my laziness from last week. But if you want to get in on those, you better go over to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. And you can sign up and join us in our quest as we strive for 200 viewers, or 200 Patreon members, I should say. We are at, this was last week, so we are at 114. Benjamin Shate, the latest decade to join, and he did so for the year, by the way. But you can do that as well. All you got to do, go to patreon.com/Barry on Deck. When you sign up, by the way, you can get access to the Patreon website for my show, where you'll find the link to the third hour. Also, you're going to get some badass swag I'm going to send you in the mail eventually. It takes me some time to get my mail out now. So there you go. We got about, 15 minutes left of the show, 10 maybe, something like that. I wanted to talk about a little bit of college football, so let's get to it, because it is a straight meat sports Monday, according to John Wessling. I'm sorry, I just want to talk sports. This is a sports show. Look, you know what? I get it. Some of you just are here because you just, you're like, I like to laugh, and this guy's face is fucking hilarious looking. Looks like an idiot. But I know some of you are just rocking with me because you're sweet people supporting me. And some of you like sports talk. You're just like, yeah, my radio shit is, shit. It's boring. So I want to kind of give you the best of both worlds. Tomorrow, probably not near as sportsy as today. But on Mondays during football season, McGurd. You got college, you got pro, you got baseball. Eventually we'll have basketball. So expect Mondays to be super sportsy, and then, we'll calm the freak down after that. Here's the top 25 from the NCAA college football polls. This is your AP top 25. Bama and Georgia don't move. Both stick to 1 and 2. OU moves up a spot after having fallen a spot after week 1 and their lackluster performance. Well, now all of a sudden they're good again. So they move up to the third spot. Oregon jumps 8 spots after their win over Ohio State, leapfrogging the field, and now have already put themselves in position to be in the playoffs. This is the beauty and the bullshit of college football. Oregon, if they just dominate the rest of the way on most of the teams they're going to play in the Pac-12, which are going to be, they still got to play UCLA. UCLA's pretty good. Them sissy blue shirts, they beat up on LSU. I had somebody on YouTube. I said something about when I was talking to Jerome about the sissy blue shirts thing. I said something to the effect of, they were in their stadium, wherever they play, not remembering or even giving a shit that UCLA plays in the Rose Bowl. And somebody was like, oh, they only play in the Rose Bowl. I don't give a shit. Give a fuck. What do you think I'm going to reference? Jeez, they the Cotton Bowl, the Weed Eater, the Poland Weed Eater Bowl. Give a fuck. Mark G, thank you for the $5 super chase. And I'm here for the tatas. I had to retype that so many times. What tatas? Am I showing you my titties? Is that what I said? This isn't OnlyFans. This isn't OnlyFans. No. What is this? Oh, Joe Bro said 3 times as many people watching than thumbs up. What's the hold up, people? Thumbs up for real. Is that true? 65 watching, 50 likes. Where you at, 15 people? Where are you at? Also, by the way, you don't have to subscribe to the Patreon if you don't want, but at least subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's free. It's 100% free. My goal is 4,000 before the end of the year. I'm at 3,800 and something. I mean, my goal was 10,000. That's the ultimate goal. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel and this show. But we're at 3,800. Help your boy out. Help me get to 4,000. So here's your top 10. Oregon jumps up. Now all Oregon has to do is maintain, by the way. If they can just beat UCLA, and I think they have one other ranked opponent on their schedule, and they're in. Iowa jumps up 5 spots to number 5. Who did Iowa beat? I would have to go back and look at the schedule. Who did the Hawkeyes beat, baby? Yeah. I gotta go back and look. Let's see, conference schedules. Oh, they beat Iowa State. That's why. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Good job, BB. Yeah, Iowa State considered to be a pretty good football team, but they fail. Obviously, they were 9 when Iowa beat them, who was 10. So that Iowa State game early, getting rid of somebody in Iowa, we don't need them. It's a corn-ass state. Virginia Buckwheat said Oregon looked really good. Really, really good. Without their Heisman Trophy candidate defensive end. Now, speaking of looking good, Clemson doesn't change. How they already have a loss and they're still considered the 6th best team in football says a lot about everybody after 6. Aggies are 2-0, Cincinnati 2-0, and still can't get ranked higher than a 1-1 Clemson team. Ohio State is 1-1. Penn State 2-0. And there's your top 10. And we're going to get back to the Aggies in just a second. Florida 11, Notre Dame 12, falling 4 spots, even though they won, looked bad, just like the Aggies. Won, but looked bad. UCLA 13, moved up 3 spots. Iowa State, like I said, they were 9, fell down to 14 after losing to Iowa. Virginia Tech jumped up 4 spots to number 15. Coastal Carolina moved up a spot to 16. Ole Miss making waves, moving up 3 spots to number 17. Whiskey is there at number 18. Arizona State, the Sun Devils. Don't tell Cece's mom. Number 19, Arkansas 20. Big win beating up on Texas. North Carolina moving up 3 spots to 21. Auburn number 22. BYU 23. Miami 24. And Michigan goes from unranked to number 25. Now, let me just tell you about these Texas Aggies. It's hogwash. It's bullshit. And this is not a good football team. Because they don't have a good quarterback. What was the dude's name that came in and replaced? I don't even know their names. That's so sad. It was King, and then what the hell is the dude's name? I'm going to get his name. I want to put some respect on his name. So, yeah, Haynes King went out with a lower leg injury. And Zach Calzada. Calzone, not Calzone. Zach Calzada comes in and plays he looked like a backup. And they were like, oh, well, listen, I don't want to say anything, but there was a competition. I don't know if the moment was too big for him. This is a guy who all he did was play mop-up duty for Kellen Mond for the last couple years. He's a sophomore, redshirt sophomore, I think. Or maybe he was just a redshirt freshman. I don't know. He got an extra year of eligibility during the COVID season. The Aggies defensively look pretty good. Offensively, pretty awful. I think that they're highly overrated. I think this team probably finishes outside of the top 15 again, if they finish that high. They looked bad. This is not a good offensive football team. Now, they've got a good run game. The problem is at quarterback, I don't even like Haynes King. But I would take what Haynes King was doing in week 1 versus what Calzada did in week 2. So I know Jimbo Fisher's the quarterback guru, quarterback whisperer. Great. He got some work to do. And I don't know how long King's going to be out. I haven't seen any update on it yet. But the Aggies moving into SEC football, good luck. I see 2 losses easy in the conference. Amos got a little upset. He said, was a win over Texas really rush the field worthy, Arkansas fans? Amos, do you know the last time Arkansas fans have had anything to cheer about? It's been a minute, bro. It's been a hot minute since Arkansas has had a reason to cheer. So, and you got to remember, these are college kids. They beat a ranked Texas football team. Wasn't Texas ranked at the time? I want to say they were ranked. Shit, Texas still got 23 votes. How? Well, yeah, Texas was ranked 15. So, as an Arkansas team that wasn't even ranked, not only do they beat a number 15 ranked Texas team, now they're number 20 in the nation. Like that. Yeah, time to cheer. I get it. That might be the biggest win they get all year. It's the SEC. I ain't mad at that. It's kids. Don said, did you see the video of the Arkansas coach after the game? I did not. Did he make I almost said something vulgar. Arkansas was awesome with Matt Jones. Okay. Oh, I need to wipe my teeth. Those cigars have yellowed my teeth. I got to get on it. Oh, it was heartbreaking? I didn't see it. I gotta go look it up. Was he crying? I gotta go look it up now. I gotta go see what's going on. All right, listen, we're about to bounce. Hour 2 is wrapping up, peoples. Hey, are you a member of the Patreon? Patreon.com/Barry on Deck. If you're not, if you don't go here, nope, that's sports, right? If you don't go here, you're not gonna be able to watch hour number 3, which is coming up next. But only posting the link on Patreon and the Discord. What are we going to talk about? We'll talk a little NBA. I got some Hall of Fame talk for you. NBA wants to play a game outside. Talk a little Evander Holyfield, Vitor Belfort fight. Trump was supposed to do commentary. And then we're going to talk, and I'm not going to mention a word. All I'm going to say is we're going to talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. You're not going to want to miss it. Hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Joe, buddy, I appreciate you being here every day, man. Shelby, Aaron, CC, Joe Pro, Marshall, Walt, everybody that shows up every single day to support myself and support this show. It means the world to me. I hope you are still being entertained on a daily basis. I'm trying the dickens to keep it fresh. Y'all be safe, by the way. I say that for a reason. I have these 3 things as the mantra for a reason. Do me 3 favors until I see you again. If I see you in 5 minutes, chill the fuck out. But if I don't see you till tomorrow, and maybe you're going to be busy and can't, that's okay, I get it. But until tomorrow, be safe. Be kind. And most important, love each other. I will see you in a couple of minutes, or I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here.